Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Steven here and welcome to my full review of the Xiaomi Mi 4C. All in all, I could test this phone now for 2 weeks. A great phone, but a little bit too small for me. That's why I switched to the Lenovo Z UK. And all in all, I've got it from everbuying.net, link down below in the description. A great phone, and it currently retails for around $240. So there's also an unboxing on my channel. If you want to see, check it out, link down below in the description. Also to chinadevices.com, where you'll find the written review. Then now let's get directly started and let's have a look at the specs of this little baby. Alright, the specs of the Mi 4C are actually pretty good. It comes with a 5-inch IPS display, full HD resolution, 441 pixel per inch, so it looks really good. The Snapdragon 808 chipset, it's a dual-core 1.82 GHz Cortex-A7 combined with a quad-core 1.4 GHz Cortex-A53. And basically together it's an Hexa core. And it comes with the Adreno 418 GPU, and I've got here the 2GB, 16GB model, so 2GB of RAM, 16GB of internal memory. But you can't extend the internal memory, so 16GB is definitely not enough. Make sure you get the 32GB version, which also comes with 3GB of RAM. The main camera, it comes with a 13 megapixel sensor and dual tone LED flash, full HD recording, also slow motion, looks pretty good. 5 megapixel front facing camera, also with full HD video recording at 30 FPS. I've now flashed MIUI version 7, so the international version. When you buy it from China, from Everbuying, you get a lot of bloatware there, so make sure you root it and also just install the latest MIUI version from their official website. Okay, it supports 4G LTE, it comes with dual SIM support, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.1, USB Type-C, then also an IR blaster, dual microphone and a 3080 mAh non-removable battery with fast charging, which I can definitely confirm has the full capacity. Okay, so that are the specs, and now let me quickly show you the accessories. So guys, the Mi 4C comes with all the accessories you need, and if you want to see everything then check out my unboxing, but I just want to show you here the charger and the USB cable. So first of all the charger, and let's have a look at it. And here you can see the power socket connector, so American power socket connector. In Europe I would have to use an adapter. You can see the output of the charger, and it supports quick charging, so you can charge the Mi 4C really fast. 5 volts 2 amps, then here we have 9 volts 1.2 amps, 12 volts 1 amp, so that are 12 watts coming out of that little baby here. It's a quite big charger here with the USB port straight in, no gaps, very nice quality, and quick charging in the Mi 4C is a nice thing. Okay, the next thing is the USB Type-C cable, which is included. Here you can see the connector if you haven't seen it before. So basically you can plug it in every direction, so also upside down. That's a pretty cool thing, and you never have to think about is it incorrectly or whatever, just plug it in, and that's a really cool thing. On the other hand, we have an USB 2.0 connector, so for the computer or the charger, and USB OTG doesn't really work now with the USB Type-C thing, but in the future it will be upgraded, and if you want to use OTG you would have to use an adapter for micro USB. So there are adapters from Type-C of micro USB, that's no problem. Okay guys, that are basically the accessories, and I will now show you a quick test of the battery so you can see the capacity of the Mi 4C. So guys, here you can see the battery capacity I've measured, so the capacity counter is right over here. That are 3250 milliamp hours delivered at 5.2 volts. Now if we calculate that into watt hours, and also if we just multiply it with the efficiency of, let's say, 70% because it's switched on after some time, then we end up with 3100, 3200 milliamp hours. So the capacity of the battery is definitely real, not fake. And now I would say let's stick with the battery and let's have a closer look at the Geekbench results, because I just want to show you here in the beginning the battery life stats. So here's the Geekbench free battery test. That was with dimmed display, as you can see, from 94% because it wasn't really well calibrated after flashing MIUI version 7. But well, you end up with around 4 hours from 100%, which results in a battery score of 2271. Now it doesn't look so good, but it was with dimmed display, Wi-Fi on, connected to my provider, so SIM card in there, and getting notifications and everything in the background. So well, regarding the real usage, now it depends, dual SIM or single SIM, but I would say 1 day is definitely possible. I used it when I was traveling in Spain, and I could use it all day long except when I was browsing very long with Wi-Fi. Then it was a little bit less than a day, but I'm a really power user. I take a lot of pictures, videos. I always check WhatsApp or whatever. So yeah, the battery lifetime is a day around for really power users, so maybe a bit less than a day, and for casual users, at least 1 day or 1.5 days. So it really depends on the usage, and with dual SIM, well, it will go down. But we have quick charge 2.0, so you can charge this phone pretty fast. Just plug it in for 15 minutes and it will charge up 30% or something like that. So really fast, depending on the battery level for sure. Okay, so that's regarding the battery lifetime. All in all, really nice. So the processor is really good. The display, it's full HD, so not 2K, 4K. So this results in a pretty good battery lifetime on the Mi 4C, even though for me as a power user, it could be just a little bit better. I would say now it's time to talk about the design and the feeling here in my hands and all the features, so I'll give you a quick walkthrough. Now the phone is kind of small, it's a 5-inch phone, very handy, also very slim, but the backside here, it's a little bit slippery, so I already dropped the phone 5 times, so you should get yourself maybe a case for that, or at least a bumper. And yeah, the materials used very good, so I really like the buttons, I like the whole feeling of it, even though it's very simple. Now let's get started here with the front side. The glass, I'm pretty sure it's not Gorilla Glass, so it's some kind of plastic glass. I really don't know, but I already have a couple of scratches on there, so it's not so scratch resistant. It's robust, but not really scratch resistant. So get yourself a screen protector with the phone. Alright, then we have capacitive touch buttons here at the bottom, and they have backlight, as you can see here in blue. Looks pretty cool. Back button, home button, menu button. Then the bezels, yeah, they're around 3mm on each side, I would say, but it doesn't really annoy me, because the whole front here is black and not like on some other phones, white with a black border around it, which looks ugly. Here on the Xiaomi, I think it looks very good. The display, it's in full HD display and looks absolutely incredible. Full HD on 5 inches gives you a really nice pixel density, and also the panel used has nice colors and viewing angles, so I absolutely love the display. At the top we have the Mi logo, then we have a notification LED, which I think was here on the left side, so you will see it a bit later. Here in the middle we have the earpiece, which is kind of small, but call quality is really good. And here the front-facing camera, all along with the light and proximity sensor. So actually I think the notification LED was here, if I'm right. So well, that's the front side, so far so good. Then now let's turn it around, and here you can see the very simple back side. Now I also have here, for instance, the Redmi Note 2, and you see the design is very similar, and also the Mi 4C is very similar to the Mi 4. So yeah, all those devices have a very similar design, but the Redmi Note 2, for instance, is way bigger. So if you want to have a bigger phone, which I actually prefer, because first of all 5 inches was really handy, but now 5 inches is too small for me. So if I type long chats on WhatsApp, it's a real pain in the ass. Okay, the backsides. On the backside we have here the Mi logo in silver, as you can see. Then here we have at the bottom the speaker grid. All along, yeah, just a speaker grid. And the back cover is non-removable, integrated battery. You can't replace the battery on your own, or actually you can, but you would have to remove the back cover. And this is not so easy because this is somehow glued together. There are no visual screws. Okay, then here we have the back microphone, then here the rear camera, and here the dual tone LED flash. So you can see LED flash with different colors gives you some nicer skin tone, but I don't like it so much because sometimes it looks a bit yellow in my opinion. Okay, then here at the top of the frame we have the IR blaster, and this is, for instance, to control your TV, air condition or whatever, and it's integrated into the system, so there's an app for that, pretty cool, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Okay, now here at the bottom of the device, so of the bottom of the frame, we have the USB Type-C port. And the cable you get with the phone, it's a reconfigured USB 2.0 cable. So in order to enjoy all the nice features of USB Type-C, you would have to buy a real USB Type-C cable. So here at the bottom, we also have the bottom microphone for doing calls. As you can see, I already have a couple of cuts because I dropped the phone. And well, then let's have a look here at this side. So here you can see the SIM card tray. You can put in 2 micro SIM cards, but no SD card. So it's dual SIM, but you can't extend your internal memory. That's pretty bad because 16 gigabytes is really not a lot. So I thought 16 gigabytes, it may be enough for me, but nope, I can't deal with that. Some music, some games, and some videos, and then it's full. That's really not cool. Okay, so get yourself the 32 gigabyte version if you want to get it, or maybe if it's just a working phone, 16 gigabyte is okay, but it's really not so so much anymore. Here on the right side of the frame we have the power button, feels pretty good to press, very responsive as you can see. And we also have here the volume rocker up and down, which is a single button. Alright guys, so that's the phone from the outside. As I told you before, you can't remove the back cover, so it's somehow glued together. I haven't taken it apart yet. If you want to see that, just leave me a comment down below in the description. Okay, so that was the phone from the outside, and now I would say let's have a closer look at all the features and functions of this little baby. So guys, there we go, we're now here on the smartphone and it's running MIUI version 7, so the latest version. By default there was MIUI 6 pre-installed with a lot of bloatware, which was really kinda annoying. It really depends where you buy the phone from ever buying. Unfortunately there was MIUI 6 on the Chinese version with some bloatware pre-installed, and the bad thing is that you then always get some ads and it's really annoying. But well, I've flashed MIUI 7 as you can see, so you can download it from the official Xiaomi website. It's pretty easy to do. And here we can see it's based on Android version 5.1.1, so this is definitely Lollipop, and the UI here, as you can see, it's MIUI version 7.0. So well, as you can see, the internal memory, only 5.6 GB usable here right now because I have some stuff on there, but absolutely no music, and with music it would be already full. So get yourself the 32 GB version, it's absolutely worth it. MIUI has also frequent updates, and that's a pretty cool thing because you always stay up to date. Okay, then let's go here to Wi-Fi. So I can tell you the Wi-Fi signal, and it's pretty good. So it's not the best I've had. My Samsung S6 Edge, I think it's somehow a little bit better regarding the signal quality. But here you can see I'm connected to my home network, full signal, so that is looking very good. And here also, for instance, the info, 144 Mbit, so the maximum of my router, and also a pretty good signal, so excellent. And here the network of my neighbor, and here some other TV, I guess, yeah, LG TV, also of my neighbor. I never find this, but here on the Xiaomi I do. So the Wi-Fi seems to be very good. We also have Bluetooth. I've tested it in my car, so I had no lags or something, so Bluetooth was also very good. And you see MIUI, everything looks a little bit different than stock, so also here the settings. Basically, here we have notifications, and there is really so much customization in MIUI. So you can customize here your notifications, also notification LED. We have different wallpapers, but not only that, it also comes with different themes you can download. Actually, I just prefer the stock theme. I think it looks really, really good. Okay, we can change the system font, the text size. We have here the display settings, and here you can see the usual stuff which you can find in every other Android phone. Sound, lock screen, well, there's no fingerprint scanner or something special. There is really just unlock pattern and all that, and it's not too fancy at all. Then here we have do not disturb mode, child mode, and here's the interesting thing, which is edge controls. So basically it has some kind of, let's not say capacitive touch buttons, but somehow touch buttons in the edges. That means, for instance, you can go back by just tapping that if you want to. So you can switch it on here. So it's actually not activated right now, but for instance, if I would now just tap here, it goes back. So I actually do not touch the screen, so I can go back by just tapping here, and that's a pretty cool thing. And the next thing you can do is you can actually control the camera, so take a photo if you want to. That means you can just tap here the edge and take a photo, as you will see just when we test the camera. Okay, then there we go. Here we have the additional settings, so usual stuff, one-handed operation mode, which is really easy to trigger, also some other things, and the developer options are hidden in here, so everything looks kind of strange. Here the Mi account, which you can add if you have one. I actually don't have any. And here we have system apps. So, well, everything in there. You see there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to go through everything because it would be kind of annoying. And here we can see installed apps and apps running in the background. So let's check it out right over here. And here we can see, for instance, that there is a lot of crap running in the background on MIUI. And I'm not really sure where we can see the free memory in here, but we could also check it out, for instance, in CPU-C later. So MIUI is really different, and I'm still not really used to it. But all in all, it's pretty cool and it's pretty easy because everything is made to be very simple. Okay, then here we have the Android status bar. As always, you can see all this stuff there. And if you swipe now to the left, you have the quick toggles, music player, Bluetooth, mobile data button, home button. Also here, for instance, the torch button, really important for me. And here you can already see that's very strong, but also a little bit yellow due to the dual tone, or a little bit, let's say, orange. Okay, that's the Android status bar. We can do here a quick call. I hope it works. 147. Oh, somebody's calling me. So let's put him on speaker. Okay, I have no money on my SIM card here, but well. You did hear the speaker quality. The speaker quality is really okay. You can also do calls, there's absolutely no problem at all. And the call quality, 3G quality was also really good. The next thing is, for instance, we can check out the browser. So I'm currently connected to Wi-Fi, and you see there's a lot of Chinese stuff there, but you can easily remove that by just customizing the browser, just taking a different browser. I actually use Google Chrome. Okay, then let's have a look at tools here. And here we have the updater. So the cool thing about MIUI, you have, for instance, here, you have online updates, or you go here to the three dots, and you can also download from your internal memory. You can reboot into recovery here. So it's a pretty cool thing to customize everything. Here we have a compass. Now, sorry for the cut, I just had to calibrate the compass, and well, east is now in the direction the camera is facing, and north is to the left, and this is exactly where north is. If you watch my old reviews, then you will also know north is to my left, and you can see that works pretty good. So if we rotate the smartphone, you see it goes to northeast, and then somewhere will reach north. So the compass is fully working, and that's a really cool thing. I like smartphones with a working compass. Okay, in there we also have the Mi App Store, which I'm actually not using. So you have to install the Google Play Store on your own if you flash the latest version of MIUI. We have a scanner, download, security, so blah blah blah, some pre-installed applications. Okay, here we have the camera application. We'll just have a look at the camera in a second, but I just want to continue here quickly. Gallery, different games, actually not using that. You see here the Google Play Store, so there's a Google installer which installs basically the Google services, the Play Store, Gmail and everything. You can find it on the Xiaomi websites in the forum. And yeah, let's go here to the next page, and I can show you, for instance, the remote control application. I'm using Peel Smart Remote, and that actually works pretty good with the IR Blaster. Just reinstalled the application here. So basically with that I can control my TV, and actually I don't control anything else than my TV. And this application is free, but I've seen people using IR Smart Remote, so there are actually many remote control applications you could use. Okay, the rest is basically some crap I've pre-installed. So by default there is not so much on the smartphone. Here are just some Chinese things which also came with the Google installer, I think, or some other crap. And yeah, that's basically it. So you see, MIUI is very simple. There is no menu, so you have everything on your home screen in different folders. So if you want to uninstall anything, just tap, hold, drag and drop it into the waste paper basket. Okay, that's MIUI. Then now I would say we're going quickly outside to doing camera test. I can also quickly show you that that shutter function with the edge tab feature. And here's the camera, so let me quickly show you that edge tab thing here. So here on the left side, as you can see, this is not working, for instance. But if you do it here on the left side, then you will get here a little dot or button, and if you tap it once again, so here, for instance, here it works actually the whole edge, just not in the corners. And also here at the bottom, and that's a pretty cool thing. So you can always trigger a photo by just tapping on the edge, and you don't have to use the button. So I would say we'll now go quickly outside to have a look at the camera. Then you will see some videos, sample videos, and after all that you will just see some other tests. So guys, we're now here outside in my garden. As you can see, it's already very cold here in Austria, and here's a quick camera test. So we're now here in the camera application of MIUI. It's a little bit different than other camera applications, actually a lot, but you can just go to the Google Play Store and download any camera application you want to. Now here the camera, you see it's really not laggy, it's really snappy and looks pretty good. In preview here, everything totally sharp. Then if you focus here, you see the tap autofocus working, also quite accurate and changes the lighting. Then LED flash settings here, HDR here, HDR is also in there, as you can see, and here we can also switch to the front-facing camera. The front-facing camera also has beauty mode in there. You see face tracking works here really good, even though I'm here behind the camera, you can see here the square. And here we have face beauty mode, so this is also in there, and we have here a selfie timer. Then we can just swipe up there, and then you will see some kind of effects or filters. So we have here the hipster filters for Instagram and all that shit, but we can also go all the way down here. It's a little bit hidden in this camera application. Here you have all the settings, like beauty mode, timer, gradient, tilt shift, panorama, manual mode to adjust ISO and everything. Also night mode, so pretty cool. Then let's go here to the settings. And in there you will find, for instance, the camera frame. You can go here to 16:9, so it's not only 4:3. And we have here picture quality. You can just choose it between low, standard and high. But you will find all the sample pictures on China devices, so make sure you check it out. So sharpness, I had it here on high, I think, so it resharpened the pictures a bit, but I'm really happy with the image quality. So you can check out the pictures on China devices, and they look really decent for such a small camera lens. So very nice quality here on the Xiaomi, and also the front-facing camera, as you can see, really wide angle to get yourself easily on the picture. So regarding the cameras, I think they're really okay. Just the video mode could be better, but you will now see some sample videos. Alright guys, so we're now here in Barcelona, and here's the harbor, and here's a quick back camera test of the Xiaomi Mi4C. So as you can see, objects in the background, it looks absolutely fabulous. So I'm really happy with the rear camera quality, and I will try to cut some footage together for you. So yeah, let's just continue and let's go to the next place. Okay guys, so we're now here outside in my garden. Here's a quick front-facing camera test. I look really destroyed because there was a party going on last night. And here you can see my garden in the background, so here with the pond. And you see the house in the background, also totally sharp. I can get myself easily on the picture, holding it right now around 60 centimeters away from my body, so it's quite wide angle. And you see if I move around, it does not distort the pictures, it looks pretty good. Regarding the colors, have a look at the grass, green tones, they look really tasty. And also here the background, maybe the tree with the yellow tones a little bit, looks really good. So regarding colors, sharpness and everything, here in preview, really nice, but just check it out right now on the computer for yourself, if the quality is okay for you or not, but for me it's definitely okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick LED flash test, and there we go, we can activate the torch here. And you see, this is really kind of strong. Looks a little bit orange-yellow because of the dual tone, but some people like it because it gives you a different skin tone if you take pictures at night. Okay, so let's go quickly to the camera so I can show you how long it takes here, for instance, with the LED flash to capture a picture. And there we go, we'll just keep it on, and there we go. So this is the shutter time in complete darkness, and this is actually faster than on some other phones I have here, like on the Lenovo ZUK for instance. So pretty good here, and I'm happy with the LED flash. It could be maybe a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger, but in my opinion, really nice. Now the speaker is probably the only part which I'm not really satisfied with. I mean, it's very loud for a small speaker, but the quality, it's not really nice. So very undefined tones, and I can just play back here something on YouTube, and there we go. So it's very loud, but the different tones, it sounds like one mix of everything, not really good. And it really depends with what you feed the speaker for sure. YouTube is not the best quality here, but I did listen to some music here with the speaker, and it wasn't really the best quality. So that's the only bad thing, but the 3.5mm headphone jack is pretty good. Also there's a built-in equalizer, and I have Xiaomi pistons, and it's a real pleasure to listen to music on the Xiaomi Mi4C with the Xiaomi Pistons version 3. So guys, here's a quick GPS test on the GPS test application. I currently drive here for almost 1 hour around my town, and yeah, GPS looks quite interesting. Often it just loses a lot of satellites, then regains them, and the maximum number I found here was around 15 satellites in view in the GPS test application, 6 in use. So not so many. As you can see, this is very jumpy. It loses the satellites, regains the satellites. Now only 5 in use, but the signal to the satellites is always very strong. So green bars, and this is definitely enough to keep the 3 defects. We can also have a look at the Android's GPS test application. So for the guys who like that application, we have here 6 American satellites, we have 6 Russian satellites. All in all, we have currently 9 out of 13 in use. You see it's also jumpy here in this application. It maintains a quite good accuracy of around 5 to 6 meters, even though if I'm driving here 50, 60 kilometers per hour. And we can also have a look here at the signal level. So here it looks really okay, so strong signal bars and not too many satellites, but the satellites it has connected to the phone have a pretty good signal. So now I want to do a real-life navigation test with Google Navigation or Sidechick to show you the GPS performance when we do a real navigation. So guys, here's a quick GPS test. I'm now driving around like 1 hour with GPS here on the Xiaomi, and it works pretty good. So we're now here outside of town, and now let's accelerate a little bit. So there we go. Okay, 120. So it shows now 115. Well, pretty accurate. Actually, I'm surprised that my speedometer is so accurate. And you see also if I accelerate here really fast, it still keeps the signal. We have a pretty clear day today, so a little bit cloudy, but it's quite okay. And you've seen the GPS test of the antennas that the signal is quite jumpy, but in navigation you actually don't notice that. So we'll now enter town where I can see the 50 sign right now. So this was really accurate, just like on the same meter. And now let's check out the road here, which is coming. Okay, not now, just wait a little bit. So there we go. And we'll hit the road right now. So you see this is also quite accurate, not jumpy, doesn't lose the signal. I can also show you if you now drive here to the left. So if we take a wrong road, it will still keep the signal and reroute us. And there we go, let's drive it to the left. Oh, what the hell is going on there? Okay, there we go. And you see rerouting takes a little bit, that's because of the application. It follows now the old track, but now reroutes us. So we can't confuse the navigation software, so GPS signal is really quite decent, and I'm pretty sure you won't have navigation issues, even though the signal looked, quite average in the GPS test application on Androids.
So yeah, the benchmarks are finished, and here are the results. First of all, Geekbench 3, 1240, and a multi-core score of almost 3000, so I've got a little bit more than 3000, some benchmarks really good. And yeah, here you can see it, that it's the Snapdragon 808 and 1.8 gigabytes of memory, all along with Android 5.1.1. Here also the Antutu benchmark, so 43,000 points almost, 64-bit fully supported. In the ranking it's just a little bit below the Galaxy Note 4, so like almost 90% of the performance. We can go here to info, it's on 64-bit ROM and 64-bit SoC, Android 5.1.1, so this SoC actually supports 2K displays, I think even more than 2K, and we have here in Full HD resolution display, which is pretty good because you don't need more than 5 inches, it looks absolutely sharp, and the battery lifetime is also better. Okay, so let's go back here, let's have a look at CPU-C, and there we go. And first of all, SoC, Qualcomm Snapdragon 808, clocks up to 1.82 GHz from 384 MHz. Then here the device info, and here we can see, for instance, that there is not so much storage left, so 16 GB is really not enough. No root access, but there are several tutorials on how to root it. Yeah, battery stats, nothing special in here. Let's go here to the temperature, and there we go. So here you can see a lot of temperature sensors in there. Maximum temperature was something like 50 degrees, but really the phone absolutely does not get hot. So it's in Snapdragon 808, and I never felt that the phone gets somehow hot, but it's also not summer here, so probably in the sun maybe a little bit more, but so far as I can see, normal daily usage, absolutely no problem with the heat. Okay, I did run a couple of speed tests. I only have a 3G contract, and yeah, you can see here, for instance, almost the maximum cap of 20 Mbits on 3G is reached with 17, and the upload is 4 Mbits, so that's the maximum I can get from my provider. Also with 4G you shouldn't have a problem at all. Then yeah, we can have a look at the sensor box. So well, there's a gyroscope in there which is now working, and you see that works pretty good. You can also use for instance the Xiaomi with VR goggles colors, and that's pretty good that it has a full HD display. I mean, with a 2K display, it gives even a better VR experience, but it's also very good here on the Xiaomi. Okay, we have orientation sensor, light sensor, accelerometer, proximity sensor, and there's also a magnetic sensor, as you've seen before. The compass is fully working. Okay guys, so basically that were the benchmarks, and now let's do a quick gaming test. So guys, you're into gaming? Yeah, no problem at all on the Xiaomi Mi 4C. Just it's a little bit small, so 5 inches is a little bit too small for some games for me, because I have pretty big hands. Then the sensors, you see, they need recalibration, so after flashing something went wrong. I'm driving here actually to the right, maybe I can also recalibrate it in the game, haven't checked it out yet. But well, tilt right to turn, so something fucked up with the sensors, but the gaming performance is really decent. I also played Modern Combat 5, absolutely no FPS drops, also on really maximum details. And here you can see Asphalt 8, and also just check out the graphics. It looks stunning on the full HD display, and you see the performance when I'm driving here. There is not a single lag. So you will have a lot of fun, and the performance of the Snapdragon 808 is very, very good, all along with the GPU. Just, well, I need to recalibrate my sensors, but gaming on the Mi 4C is also a lot of fun. Just keep in mind it's really kind of small and handy with 5 inches. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now here at the end of this review of the Xiaomi Mi 4C. I absolutely love this phone. There are just some things which I don't like, and this is that there is no micro SD card support, and 16GB is really not enough. It's really handy with 5 inches. The design is very simple. Then the camera could be a little bit better in video mode, but it's pretty cool that there is 720p 120fps slow motion, and also the speaker could be a little bit better. So it's quite loud, but I miss a lot of clarity. But with the equalizer in there, you can also tweak everything. It's pretty cool, but yeah, just those things could be better. Even though this phone is a great all-rounder, nice quality from Xiaomi. You need to love MIUI. I still don't get it. It's nothing I like really a lot, but well, the phone itself, the quality of it is very good. Now regarding the glass, because people ask me, I don't think it's Gorilla Glass. Some articles say it is. Nope, I don't think so. I have already a couple of scratches on there, but it's quite robust because I dropped it and have several cuts, but the display of the glass didn't crack, so very nice. Alright, so you can find the Mi 4C on everbuying.net, link down below in the description if you're interested. Check it out if you want to. All in all, great phone, but a little bit too small for me. That's why I switched right now to the Lenovo Z UK. So thanks for watching guys, see you in the next review and have a nice day. Bye bye.